Hello and welcome to the Real Watchers live stream. Of course, my name is Garrett.
And I'm Kevin.
We're your lovely co-hosts. Hope you're all having a fantastic day and week so far. Hopefully there's nothing but positive things happening for you out there. But Kevin, how the heck have you been over the course of last week?
Pretty good actually. The hockey playoffs just started, so I've been a little bit busy watching all of those games and all that stuff. But nothing too bad. I mean, always working like you should when you're adulting. But I mean, got to catch one movie that I actually really wanted to watch. So we'll talk about that in our reviews.
Yeah. And then as for me, it's been a pretty big week, actually, because I am officially done with my master's.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a very good feeling.
Yep. No more school.
No more school. No more homework. Which is a weird feeling because it feels like I have something due tomorrow. But I know that I don't. So that's done. Got to celebrate by going to a concert for my favorite band right now on Friday last weekend, which was huge, and stayed the night out in LA. So it was like a little bit of a vacation, which was very nice and very much deserved. But other than that, didn't get to watch a whole lot of movies this week, which is rare for me. So we'll get to that a little bit later, but let's go ahead and let's jump into the news, Kevin, because we don't have a whole lot to talk about this week. But up first, the Academy, the Motion Picture Academy, the one that gives out the Oscars, has announced new rules for Oscar eligibility. So there are three main ones that we want to talk about here. The first is that actors can now be nominated for more than one performance in the same category. So, for example, if, let's say, Leonardo DiCaprio has two movies that come out this year, he could be nominated for leading actor in both of them at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So you could see, nominations include, if one person was in 5 movies and he was the best person in all 5 movies, then he could get all 5 nominations. Like it's not that they would do that, but it is that is now allowable. So there is that. The other thing is regarding AI, which the Oscars are taking a very preventative approach here, and I really like this. So they have now, for all time going forward, unless it's changed, the Oscars have stated that AI performers cannot be nominated under any circumstances for the performance awards. So supporting actor, best actor, whatever. Any kind of roles that are nominated should be demonstrably performed by a human being and or with their consent. So that means that no AI performers can be nominated for awards going forward, which is huge. And also, scripts or screenplays for films must be 100% human authored. If there's any AI use whatsoever, they are no longer eligible. So, awesome stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's good changes and new rules to this, because I think if they didn't set these rules, there would be a lot of controversy behind them. I want to know how you feel about the same actor being nominated for the same category. I don't know if I
don't know if it's ever really going to be much of an issue. I think that I think what it's trying to eliminate is by placing value on one performance in one film over another. So, they could have 2 equally fantastic performances, and if they choose to award one over the other, that kind of sets a negative precedent. But I think that it's just to protect going forward. So, they could nominate someone twice, and it makes sense why.
Oh, and then they can't be in the same movie. So, say we had Michael B. Jordan played 2 different people in the same movie, but he can only be nominated for that movie once. Is that correct? Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, he's only credited in the film once, so he only gets 1 slot.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, even if he was credited twice, it would be 1 nomination.
Yeah, because it's one film.
Yeah, but again, if Michael B. Jordan was the best actor in 2 different movies, he could be nominated for both now.
Both of them. Okay.
Or Emma Stone or Anne Hathaway or whoever. But let's go ahead and move on to the next one, because this is pretty big.
Yeah, the next one is Netflix has delayed Greta Gerwig's Narnia, the Magician's Nephew, to February 12th, 2027, but has announced a full wide release in theaters. You get some good and you get some bad, though.
this is huge. So it was delayed, which is a
Mhm.
shame because I think a lot of people were hoping this would be released before Oscars.
Mhm.
But it is getting Netflix's first ever wide release.
That and that's
And even
Mhm.
better is that it's releasing theatrically on February 12th.
Mhm.
It will not go onto Netflix until April.
Oh, okay.
So you can go to see it in theaters and IMAX. That's the only
Mhm.
place you can see it on February 12th, which
Yep.
is enormous. And I'm
That's
hoping that
huge.
this is the case going forward for bigger releases that they do. Because, especially because Netflix is becoming a big player. They're getting awards nominations, they're getting
Mhm.
huge budgets on these movies. So this is nothing but good news. I mean, except for the delay. But
Yeah.
this is great news. And I hope that they see the increased profits going forward. Like, they're going to make more by putting this in theaters than they are in streaming. I mean, we don't see streaming numbers, so we don't see how much they make off of,
Mhm.
just subscriptions alone.
Mhm.
So I think this is just going to be extra profit for it. And I hope that this is the case going forward.
And it gives Greta Gerwig they're giving her all the props to put their first movie in with her movie too. So
Yes.
hopefully it does perform because I want to see Netflix movies in movie theaters.
Mhm.
So and I just hope for the best for this movie. I mean, hopefully I'll be going to see it, but we'll see.
I mean, I think this is also due to the fact that she has some pull. Like, she is probably, if I had to guess, one of, if not the highest grossing female directors ever because of Barbie.
Mhm.
So I think that's going to give her some pulling power because Barbie was $1 billion movie.
Mhm.
They're going to listen to what she has to say. So
Yeah.
I think that's good news. We'll wait and see.
Mhm.
Next up, though, Warfare director Ray Mendoza's next film is a Western called Blood on the Promontory. And it's about convicts on the run after a train robbery. And I'm so glad we're getting a lot more Westerns because Western is a genre we do not get a lot of in major studio releases now. So
Mhm.
I'm glad that this is getting more attention. We're getting Park Chan-wook. His next film, After No Other Choice, is going to be a Western in English. So very excited about that. Now, this Western is a great genre, and it's a uniquely American one. So I'm glad that we're getting more of them. And I'm glad that Ray Mendoza is getting another film because he's a veteran who basically made Warfare because it was his experience
Mhm.
and is now doing something that he probably wants to do, which is huge. So I'm good. Again, good news all around.
Yeah, good news. Hey, nothing but good news right now. So
Yeah, I mean, there's not any bad news this week.
no,
So.
which is good, good news. Yeah, but next up, Backrooms has built a 30,000 square foot set where crew often get lost in, and that's what the movie is about, is getting lost and disoriented. So,
Yeah, we're starting to see the marketing stream hit full speed for this movie, which is great. They just released a podcast episode that's over an hour long with James Wan and Kane Parsons, which is really cool to see Kane Parsons. He looks way older than he is, which I'm guessing the movie has aged him somewhat. But it's interesting because this is a huge backroom set, and it's crazy that people were getting lost. Apparently, Kane Parsons had to draw a map for people
that's
on how to get out, which is really fun.
And I love how he had to make the map too.
Yeah, which is great for him because it brings him closer to it. So it's pretty fun stuff. But next up, more good news. SAG-AFTRA and the studios have reached a tentative deal on a new 4-year contract. This is regarding more AI protections, as well as, I believe, protections on extras or something. I don't remember. I read it this morning, so I didn't get the full thing. But this is good because we obviously had the actors strike a year or two ago.
2 years, right?
I think maybe in 2 years now, which was huge. Between that and the Writers Guild, it shut down the industry pretty much. So this is great. This is a new 4-year contract, which means that we won't see a strike for another 4 years unless there's something that happens.
Controversy.
But this is good. Now we know that the Writers Guild is still doing some more negotiations, as is the Directors Guild. So we'll get to see. But 1 out of the 3 major ones is down. So
Okay.
Good stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, other good news, Neon has required Bong Joon-ho's is it Ally or Ally? Ally, which releases in 2027. So Neon will be putting it out to theaters. Fantastic.
Yeah. And there's Ally again. Look at that cute little thing. I don't know if it has a gender. It's a cute little thing. But very excited about that. Bong Joon-ho doing a animated movie, one that's possibly family friendly, which is very cool. So, all righty. And the last story of the week, not a whole lot of news this week, But the last story of this week is that Diego Luna is joining the live-action Tangled remake. Supposedly in a role that's created just for him.
Okay.
So, no idea what that means. I kind of hope that he's Flynn Rider, that he's like the main love interest for Rapunzel, because I think he'd be a great main character, especially after Andor. I'd really love to see him get more leading roles. But I mean, he's a really charismatic guy. He's really funny. I love watching his interviews. So, you know, I'm here for it.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
So no bad news this week.
No,
in fact, there was a lot of good news. So, don't know if it was mentioned, but the passing of Ted Turner. Yes, absolutely. I did hear about Ted Turner. Ted Turner, of course, being the founder of CNN, as well as I believe had a huge part of Cartoon Network. If I don't want to be mistaken. Let me double check here. I know he had passed away, but it was more television focused instead of, movies. So it wasn't like a big part of what we wanted to show here. But yeah. So unfortunately, did pass away. Huge for the television industry. And Turner Classic Movies as well. I think is a part of Turner Enterprises. So, but thank you for bringing that up. I completely forgot about it until now. Alrighty, Kevin, let's go ahead and talk about the movies that are on streaming. And we got more this week than last week. So Wuthering Heights is now available for streaming on HBO Max if you wanted to check it out. The Marsh King's Daughter is officially available to stream on Peacock now, which is a new thriller with Daisy Ridley, I believe. Imaginary is now available to stream on Peacock. I don't know if you saw that one, Kevin.
Was that the horror teddy bear looking thing?
Yeah.
I saw it.
I think that was on your worst of the year list. The Departed is now on Hulu and Disney Plus.
Very good.
I just saw that I put not. It's supposed to be now. I don't know why. I don't know why I misspelled that. Sorry. And then Crank is now streaming on Peacock. You've never seen Crank before. It's a fun action movie. Nothing else. And Burn After Reading is now on Netflix as well. Very dark comedy movie. So, those are all your new releases on streaming. But let's go ahead and talk about trailers this week, Kevin. And what stood out to you? Because, there's a couple big ones.
There's a couple big ones. I'm already hyped up for the Odyssey. I didn't really have to see this trailer, but it still looks amazing. I need Evil Dead Burn like tomorrow. Like, it looks so good. They took everything that they did from Evil Dead Rise and just did it differently, but it still has that Evil Dead Rise kind of feel to it. Love the trailer for it. If I only get this trailer, I am super okay with it. So, and then Resident Evil looks very interesting. I haven't played any of the games or seen any of the other ones, but you were telling me that it was just a standalone movie now. So I want to see where they go with it, and hopefully it doesn't go over my head for a person who hasn't watched any of the video games or any of the other stuff.
Yeah. So I'm right there with you. The big three this week, the Odyssey looks absolutely incredible. It's been looking incredible since we saw the first production photos. Evil Dead Burn looks like an incredible time. Looks like more of the chaos of Evil Dead Rise, and I think we're all here for that. But Resident Evil, man, I think it looks absolutely incredible. And not just because it's Zach Krager, but because it's an original story that has no connection to the games whatsoever, at least as far as we know. That's the way it needs to go. The other movies have tried adapting the games and it doesn't work, or bringing in the characters and it doesn't work, and they've all been really bad. So I think that this is the best way to go. Krager is definitely a super fan of the franchise, so I'm really excited to see what he's going to do.
You have some faith in him then?
Oh, absolutely. Barbarian was a little bit of a stumble for me, just because I think that it mismanaged its tone. Okay, but Weapons was an absolute riot of a film. It was great. So I'm very excited for it. If anything, it's going to be like a popcorn blockbuster horror movie, and it's never a bad thing when we get those.
No, it is not,
especially if they're good. But let's go to the box office, Kevin.
Yeah, so the box office, I think there's no surprise here with the Devil Wears Prada 2 coming in with 76.7 million, Michael coming in with 54.4 million, the Super Mario Galaxy movie with 12.1, Project Hail Mary still hanging on there with 8.5, and Hokum coming in at 6.4, unfortunately. But
I mean, hey, for an indie horror movie, it's
I
pretty
mean,
good.
can't yeah, wish maybe Project Hail Mary was in 5 and Hoku was in 4, but can always get what you wish for. But
I mean, hey, I can't argue with original movies in general being on here.
mhm.
So yeah, it's
Man, Michael's still making a lot of money.
definitely really dropped though after
Mhm.
last week in terms of like the number.
Mhm.
And I think that, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think Michael is a very controversial figure still. So
Mhm.
who knows how long this is going to last?
Mhm.
It's definitely. I don't think it's going to make $1 billion, but you know,
It's gonna
it's
make
definitely.
close to it, I feel like, though.
It might make $500,000. I don't know. I
Mhm.
haven't seen the overseas numbers, but very surprised Devil Wears Prada hit 76 million.
Yeah.
That's definitely very impressive for a legacy series, and I think that a lot of people really like the first one, and so
Mhm.
for it to come back and get this positive number, I mean, the reviews have been pretty good, so
Yep.
definitely here for it.
I mean, and it gave it enough time. It's like 20 years since the last Prada,
Something
right?
like that. It's been a while. Yeah.
So a
No one
lot
looks
of
like they've
people.
aged though.
Yeah, no. They got that secret vampire serum.
Wow. Didn't like the Resident Evil trailer. Without a title at the end, you couldn't tell it was Resident Evil, as it could have been generic horror movie number 65. I gotta disagree. I think it looks absolutely incredible. I think it looks like the Resident the Resident Evil 7 was an original thing. It was very different from the other Resident Evil movies, and I think it looks like that. And I honestly think that's what we need for the franchise, because we don't need another Paul W.S. Anderson movie with Mila Jovovich. I think that's the wrong way to go.
Mhm.
And I think just adapting a game is the wrong way to go. I think by setting it as its own original thing in the universe, is a smart idea. And it's a teaser trailer. So I think that, they're not going to show us the monsters yet. We know that it's more mutation heavy as opposed to zombie heavy. So we are going to get a lot more of the creatures and crazy things that happen because of the T virus. I'm totally on board with this. I think it looks fantastic. But not saying that your opinion's wrong.
We saw the big blob guy, though, right? Is that one of?
He looks like a big old fat Mr. X. Okay. Or a lot of people think it's Baron Harkonnen from Dune down there, which I think is really funny. Ought to seem a little cautious. Tom Holland saying dad instead of father, and a couple actor roles I'm not sold on. Hopefully the movie comes along strong. It's fantasy. It's not based in reality. Like, Odysseus did not exist. I think saying dad is a little weird, but like, if that's the only thing we're really critiquing, I don't know. That's not the worst thing.
But maybe it's just for the trailer as well. You never know. They always change
the entire thing is supposed to be a parable. It's not a real story. It didn't actually happen. In that way, there's no Cyclops. There's no Scylla and Charybdis. There's no giant soldiers and plate mail. Like, I don't know. It's just going to be visually different.
Those guys look freaking amazing too, though. Yeah. Oh my gosh,
they actually look like a threat. Like, I don't know. Whatever. But I mean, hey, not saying you can't have the opinion or it's wrong.
No. I think I'm going to be surprised with some actors and actresses that are going to blow me away in that movie. I feel like.
Yeah, definitely. Alrighty. So that's it for the trailers and all that. Let's get to the movies that are coming out this weekend. And up first was delayed from last year. We got Mortal Kombat 2. The fan favorite champions, now joined by Johnny Cage himself, are pitted against one another in the ultimate battle to defeat the dark rule of Shao Kahn that threatens the very existence of Earthrealm and its defenders. This, of course, is the sequel to the movie we got in 2021, which was kind of a mixed reaction to that. I thought it was slightly better than a lot of other people thought. And this is getting good reviews from fans, decent reviews from critics, considering that it's a video game adaptation and something that doesn't really have... It's not really known for its story. I mean, it does have a story and lore, but it's not known for it. So, I'm still excited for it. Definitely.
Yeah, me too.
Then we have Billie Eilish, Hit Me Hard and Soft. This is her concert tour video, directed by James Cameron, which is crazy to say.
Weird.
It's an accompanying 3D concert film documenting the Manchester shows and co-directed by Eilish and James Cameron. So, if you're a fan, go check it out. Then we have a movie that I'm actually kind of looking forward to, which is The Sheep Detectives.
Yeah.
Every night, a shepherd reads aloud a murder mystery, pretending his sheep can understand. When he is found dead, the sheep realize at once that it was a murder, and they think they know everything about how to go about solving it. I think this sounds absolutely charming. The trailers have been great, so I'm excited for it.
It just looks so funny too. Like you bring your mom to the movies to watch this one.
Oh yeah, totally. And then lastly is Silent Friend, set in the botanical garden of a medieval town in Germany. 3 epochs, 3 personalities, 3 sometimes clumsy but sincere attempts to free themselves and to create links with the plants and world of the garden. An encounter. This definitely looks like a very artsy, very, very artsy movie.
What are epochs?
Those are like eras or times of history.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, very eclectic cast. It's got Tony Leung in it, who we've seen in movies like, In the Mood for Love and Shang-Chi, and then several other German actors. I believe this is a German film. Yeah, but got an international cast. Got a very high review score too, 91 on Metacritic. So,
ooh,
yeah. But that is going to be it for kind of the scheduled stuff. I had another comment here. Oh, it's just another Twitch bot viewer.
Oh, we love those.
Gotta love them.
Oh,
don't click on those links.
Are you sure? Are we sure it's not Grant Barefooted Spirit?
Sprite.
Sprite,
no, the fact that it just says best viewers. No, I wouldn't say unless Grant got a new job advertising for those businesses. I mean,
barefoot. I don't know. I can see him.
I don't know. I can see it. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get on to our newest part of what we do, which is
we have to guess a movie, and it's called Flickle. Which I really enjoy this. I'm so glad we started doing this.
This is a daily movie guessing game. In today's movie, let's go ahead and find out what it is.
I think I already know it.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and play the clip and see what it is.
And as you can see from this footage,
I don't know it.
Reached us. The situation outside the apartment is becoming. And as you can see from this footage, just reached us. The situation
September 3rd or whatever it is.
As you can see from this footage that has just reached us, the situation.
You mean like September 5 or whatever?
Yeah, but it's not that one. It's the original, like the 1981.
Munich?
Maybe.
Let's see.
So. Because it was outside.
All right, I named another one. I don't know about you.
Yeah, go for it.
I think you were right on the money. I think it's September 5th.
It is? Okay, well, maybe I think it's supposed to look older.
We got it.
Yeah.
Kevin was right. You haven't got it before I did. That's incredible. Have you seen this movie?
No.
I have, which is really embarrassing.
No, I think I got it from the apartment and the news. Like, why would they be staying in an apartment with?
Well, again, it was a hotel, not an apartment. So that's what's kind of interesting. That's why I didn't guess.
But
they
I think they call the Olympic things apartments, not hotels, because this happened at the Olympics. So
you might be right. Mm-hmm. Well, let's go ahead and check on the music here. Change it up a little bit is what I meant to say, not check on it. Because we have some movies to talk about that we watched over the course of this week. And this is going to be a really quick episode this week. We might actually have some extra time to do more Flickle if you guys want.
Like I'm kind of down too.
Down for that. But let's go ahead and talk about the movies we watched over the course of last week. I watched 3 and Kevin watched 1. Which is crazy because I usually watch like 10. So, but it's been very busy for me lately. So makes sense why. But let's go ahead and let's dive in, Kevin. I'll go ahead and start. I'll do 2, and if you want to do 1,
and then 1.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
Alrighty, so starting off with my May challenge, which has already been underway with a couple of movies we watched for Movie Club, as well as a movie that I covered last week. But it's the May challenge, which is
May celebrating.
Yes, Matriarchy, which we're celebrating women-directed movies, which has been a really eye-opening experience. Because there's a lot of movies directed by women that you either didn't know existed, or you've seen and just didn't know it was directed by a woman, which is awesome. So it's great to focus on this. And the movie that I watched first on this was K-On! The movie, which is based on an anime and I believe a manga about a group of girls that are in an after-school club at their school where they have a band, and 4 of the 5 of them are getting ready to graduate and want to take a graduation trip because everyone else is doing graduation trips. And so they decide to go to London and celebrate their kind of pre-graduation jitters. I must be honest, I've never seen anything from K-On! Before. I've never watched the series. I haven't watched any of the show or any of the other movies. All I know is that this was directed by Naoko Yamada, who was the same director as The Silent Voice, and our movie club movie pick last week, Liz and the Bluebird. So I was excited to watch this because it's very highly reviewed. But I will say it's a wonderful little movie. It's got a lot of humor and heart. And while I appreciate those moments, 2 things stood out to me. Number 1 is that it feels a little hollow because it focuses more on the adorable characters doing adorable things trope over plot. And then second was that it felt a little disorienting as someone who is completely unfamiliar with the franchise. I don't know anything about the characters or the story or anything. I thought this would be a similar experience to Liz and the Bluebird or A Silent Voice, but no, this was
different.
Yeah, like Liz and the Bluebird was a part of a series. That was a fantastic movie, and I didn't need to know anything about the series to enjoy that movie. Different here. I felt a little lost at points. However, it's going to lead me to watch the series because these characters are really fun. Some of them are really, I don't want to say dumb, but they've got a good heart. Spacey. Maybe not all the intelligence in the world.
Very spacey, not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Like one of them's sad because they decide they want to go to London, and she's like, "Yeah, but I wanted to go to Europe," and they're like, "Okay, but England is in Europe."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh." So, but they're funny. They're caring of each other. It was a very positive movie. Like it's one of those movies that I talk about this a lot. It does feel like a warm hug of a movie. Like it's just friends hanging out, being friends, and it's kind of something that's nice to watch after COVID, specifically. So it's fine. I'll probably revisit this though after I watch more of the series to see if I understand it more. It's really the only major part about it. And then I'm going to go out of order here a little bit. I'm going to pick my second movie here, which is The Proposal, which is my next matriarchy film. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie, and it's a joy of a movie. It's still one of my favorite rom-coms. I know a lot of people may have differing opinions. It definitely feels weird to watch this now because it has to do with the fact that Sandra Bullock's character is in the country on a visa that has been revoked. So she could be deported. And so she, tries to get married to Ryan Reynolds, who's her assistant, so that she can stay in the country and continue being a professional. Definitely it feels weird given our current times of deportations and stuff. But I really like Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds here. Their chemistry is fantastic. And their humor does well when it plays off each other. I think Bullock does the stuck-up city girl who's kind of standoffish very well.
Yep.
And it kind of watching that wear down is a lot of fun. Ryan Reynolds does not feel like Deadpool here. I mean, he's got his quirky. He was quirky and like that before Deadpool. I think that character was just such a natural fit for him that it was who he was before too. But he's less like that here. He's definitely got a lot more. I don't want to say heart, but there's an emotional through line here. And he's a heartthrob, funny guy. So
yeah,
it's kind of nice. The biggest problem is that the story is pretty standard and formulaic. You know what's going to happen as soon as the movie starts. But a formulaic story can be good if you populate it with good characters, good situations, and good humor, and this movie does. So it does feel a little hard to suspend disbelief because they would have been thrown in jail for fraud, given what they were trying to do. But it's fun stuff, and it's full of funny people. So I enjoyed this movie. I gave it an 82. But let's go ahead and get to your movie, Kevin, which is tied to a movie we already talked about.
Yeah, it is. It is Devil Wears Prada. I can never say it because I say Devil's Wear Prada instead of the Devil Wears Prada. And I enjoyed this movie. I wouldn't say I would watch it again fast or anything like that. But
like you're not rushing to rewatch it, but if it was on, you wouldn't mind watching it.
Yeah, or if like Nadia says, "Hey, we should watch this," I'm like, "Yeah, just put it on. We'll see if you like it." But yeah, it's. I really enjoyed the fact that I don't really know about the fashion industry, and it gives you a little bit of a look inside of a fashion magazine, and what happens and what goes on and everything like that. Especially Streep and Anne Hathaway in this movie their chemistry is amazing. I feel like, because they're two different characters coming from two different worlds, and but somehow during this movie they become the same person at some point, and then Anne Hathaway's character wants to go back to what she originally was, and she didn't want to be basically a devil, and that's what I got from it. I really liked all of the actors and actresses in this movie. Very, very good. I loved the dressmaker. I forget his name.
Stanley Tucci.
Yes, he was fantastic in this movie, kind of taking her under his wing and stuff like that. There's a shot, I didn't put this in my review, but I just remembered it. But the shots of her transitioning into different outfits when she gets to basically know how to dress herself is really cool, going through the different, because New York's very busy. You're going to have cars going in and out, so that's a great transition to change into different clothing, which I thought was really fantastic. But really just liked the inside of fashion magazines, and seeing what actually goes on behind the scenes there. And I just really liked Anne Hathaway and Meryl Streep in this movie. They just really brought you in and didn't want you to let go until the end of the movie. So I give it a 72 out of 100. I forgot to say my score.
Well, there you go. Alrighty, my last movie before we get into the wheel spin stuff is the best movie I've watched this week, and is also part of the Matriarchy Challenge, which is The Voice of Hind Rajab, which this was the Oscar nominee for International Feature Film last year. And I know that not a lot of people go into a movie looking for this, but if you're looking for a soul-crushing experience that will remove any hope you have for humanity, this is the movie to do it. For those of you who don't know, this movie is about a real-world event. This is actually more like a docudrama. They're recreating real-world events with actors. Kind of give some backstory here. Hind Rajab was I believe a 6-year-old girl who was traveling with her aunt and uncle and their 3 or 4 children in I don't remember which part of Gaza, but they were fleeing an evacuation order set in place by the Israeli army. And as they were fleeing, their van was struck by gunfire, and Israeli soldiers were shooting at them. Everyone in the car was killed except for Hind Rajab, the 6-year-old girl, who gets in contact with what is the Palestinian Red Crescent, which is their version of like a Red Cross. And the movie features the actual call audio of Hind Rajab on the phone with the Red Crescent volunteers, and her begging for them to come and get her and to save her. But because of the way that systems work right now with the crisis and the genocide in Gaza, Red Cross and everything needs to co-coordinate with Army to provide safe passage for emergency services. They were trying to send an ambulance out there. An ambulance is eventually sent out to their location, but the ambulance is destroyed by the Israeli military, and Hind Rajab dies of her wounds. So this is all based on a real event. I'm not spoiling the movie. I'm not spoiling anything because you can look it up, and it's heartbreaking. I think this movie is essential to watch to kind of get an understanding of the war crimes that are being perpetrated by the Israeli army in response to other atrocities. But I mean, there's also a lot more in play. It's definitely not. It's a. I don't even want to get into it.
It's a mess over there, unfortunately.
But I think the filmmaking here is really effective by blending the real audio with the recreation footage. I will say that not all the performances are really that good, but the main two, the important ones, Omar and Rana, are fantastic. I think they were very good. Their emotions are what it felt real, and that was the important part. However, I do think the movie stretches on a bit too long. There's definitely some repetition of them on the phone with the girl, and then they go back into the manager's office to be like, where's the ambulance? And that happens like 4 or 5 times. And it doesn't feel different exactly every single time. So there's definitely a little bit of that repetitiveness. But it's really not a whole lot to criticize because it happened. Like it's they made this in coordination with the Red Crescent, who is a third-party organization, right? So they're not doing this with any kind of specific message. But it's an incredible film. It's on Disney Plus and on Hulu if you have it, and I would highly recommend watching it, even if you're triggered by these sorts of things. It's too important not to watch. And yeah, it's fantastic. It's just very heartbreaking. So just know that going in. So, but that is it for the non-wheel spin movies. Why don't you go ahead and talk about your wheel spin short, Kevin?
Can you do your short first for me?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm sorry.
No problem. My short was To Catch a Woodpecker, and this was a Woody Woodpecker short that came off of the wheel spin for me this week. And I thought this had a concept that was fine and some good animation, but it doesn't really feel that fresh or imaginative when compared to other shorts that we've seen lately. I mean, it is funny that this is kind of like his climb of the corporate ladder, but it's not. I would say this one is not as annoying as other Woody Woodpecker shorts I've seen. It's definitely the voice feels a little bit different and a lot more palatable. But I wouldn't necessarily say it was great either. Probably the best Woodpecker short I've seen, but I wouldn't say anything incredible.
Nice, yeah. So, and mine was A Star Is Hatched. It wasn't that good, unfortunately. The animation is pretty good, but not to the standard of like a WB or anything like that. I really just didn't see the story where it was going, and it just didn't intrigue me enough. It's about a chicken who lives at a gas station in like the middle of nowhere. Famous person comes by, gives him his card. She goes to LA and figures out he's just a big douchebag, and then goes back home. And at the end, she slaps one of the kids that they have. I mean, that's basically it. So, yeah, it's not the best, but it's not. I've seen worse. But it was just, I wouldn't watch it again. So I gave it a 64 out of 100.
Gotcha. Okay, let's go ahead and do your movie real quick.
Yeah. Disappointing, because after this I watched our movie club movie, which was absolutely fantastic in how a documentary should be done. This is not how you do a documentary. It's about a blind person who doesn't like being called blind because he doesn't want that to be posted everywhere, which totally understandable. Totally, he just wants to be a regular person that does card magic, and would have been great. It's an hour and 20-minute movie. Chop this down to an hour and just give me magic and history. Would have been fantastic. But unfortunately, they had to get the sister involved and how she's losing her eyesight and how she's coping it better than when he was coping it. And it gives this kind of like family drama in this. And I was very disappointed because I really like magic. Like, I want to see more card tricks from him, especially if he is blind. I want to see how he explains everything, how he does everything. How can he know this is happening when this happens? Because does he touch the card in a different way? Doesn't explain that. And I was very disappointed in it. So, and the older stuff, when they show him when he had the biggest like handlebar mustache and it looks so sick, but that was the interesting part. Everything else I did not care about, unfortunately. So I gave it a 44 out of 100.
All right, gotcha. Alrighty, and my movie, a lot more positive, I would say, was Rent-A-Pal, which I believe this was a Nadia pick.
It was.
But I was surprised at how effective this film was. And I respect what it's trying to say. So First off, I think Brian Landis Fulkins, who's the main character, and Will Wheaton do a fantastic job here in different ways. I think the Fulkins does a fantastic job of grounding the character in reality. There are thousands of people, if not more, just like him right now, yearning for any kind of connection that they can get. And sometimes we make that connection with someone who is either not real or is not looking for that connection with you. And I'll explain that in a minute. Wheaton, in response, does an excellent job of capitalizing on his loneliness. He's charismatic but cynical, and a really interesting role for him, and is a really creepy presence. Kind of like an evil, I don't want to say Mr. Rogers, but like a television host type personality. The film does a really decent job of discussing the parasocial relationships that we form right now. And I think that this is more present now than it was in the 90s when this movie takes place, because like, especially with the internet and with like content creators and with personalities that don't really exist, I think of like VTubers or just like streamers or like OnlyFans creators, like anyone that is a one-sided relationship, a parasocial relationship. This is really commenting on, because those are the people that then get obsessed. We've all had that thing where we love that one YouTube channel and we dream about being part of it. It like we all go through it, but it's about how you manage that and that reality and that expectation. Which I really like that this movie handles that. It definitely, I think it needed to go a little bit deeper, but with the budget that it probably had and the kind of level of filmmaking that it has given its budget, I think it does a decent job. I think a movie like Her is a lot more effective and a lot more deep at that, especially given like more romantic and sexual kind of feelings. But I think this is a decent kind of addition to that kind of lexicon of things to talk about. I think it's fine. I would actually recommend this movie. I think it's creepy without being scary. And I think it's an excellent entry. Like, if you don't typically like horror movies and don't like being scared, but you still want to watch something creepy, I think this is a great place to start.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
I enjoyed this. 78 out of 100.
More disturbing than scary.
Disturbing because of how realistic it is. There's definitely some sort of, I don't want to say supernatural, but there's some sort of like not normal activity going on, but they don't like expand on that too much, which is both good and bad. I think I would have liked a little more explanation as to who Will Wheaton was, but how that works, because who knows?
Nice.
But that is going to be it for all of our reviews. We had a comment here.
We did.
Joy says, shame you didn't like Delt. I found it interesting enough to look more into him being a card mechanic, but oh well. I would suggest looking more into him about how much time he has put into his craft.
And I wish they would have done that more in this documentary, because he has all of these cards. He always has cards in his hand, but they never really ask him why he has it. Maybe it's like a coping mechanism, or it's his anxiety about him being blind but still having a touch. Or there was one part in the movie where he rubs the side of the cards against like a wood surface. Why is he doing that? Gives no explanations on it. So
magicians don't explain what they're doing.
No. But I wanted to ask. They didn't ask the correct questions that I wanted them to ask. It's like, how do you do it? Not in a way of like, let's mess up magic kind of a thing, but it's like, what do you feel? Because again, he's blind. How do you feel the card, which one you're going to? Oh, I put a little riffle in there, or I don't actually hit it, or something. They just don't. They go into his personal life a little bit too much than I would have liked.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Alrighty. But that's going to go ahead and bring us to the final part of our show today, which is what, Kevin?
It's where we get to not pick anything, because the wheel is the wheel of death. It's not the wheel of death. It's just, it makes us watch movies. That's it. I just wanted to be more dramatic.
Well, there you go. We'll give it a couple, 2 minutes here. So if anyone wants to go ahead and get any ideas on the list, now is the time to do so. But Kevin, I don't know, what are you looking to watch this week?
Let me see here. You know, cheesy horror movies always nice, where you get to sit there and be like, "What the hell were they thinking at this point in the movie?" I don't know. Like Planet of the Apes would be pretty cool. I'm just looking at the things on the right here. Psycho remake would be interesting. I could do anything, to be honest. Can we take away? I just saw it, The Big Lebowski, because we did it for Movie Club.
Yes, absolutely. Good call.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember, he liked Magic and took it as a challenge from past card masters to be the best. He actually goes to card companies to feel the material for cards to be consistent.
Okay. Didn't explain that though. That's the thing. So it gives me more questions than answers in this. Not like the movie that's for Movie Club.
I think the important question to ask then is it left you with more questions than answers, but did it make you want to look up more about it?
Not really, to be honest.
And there you go.
Yeah.
Joey says Gettysburg.
Oh, geez. Is that like the 3-hour movie?
1993. Yep. Let me actually double check here. I want to see if I've seen it. Yeah, 254 minutes. I have not seen it yet.
Oh, God, yeah. 4 hours and 30 minutes. Holy crap. But if it's good, it's good. Doesn't matter.
All right. 4.5 hours is what Joey says. That would be the time length of an epic for sure.
Mm-hmm. It was an epic battle too, so it was what we've heard in history class.
Alrighty. It's been about a little over 2 minutes, so we'll go ahead and get into the wheel spin stuff. Let's go ahead and go to the wheel of shorts. Shuffle it up, and Kevin.
Yeah.
Let's get your short.
All right. I have to make sure I have your stuff.
I'm looking up stuff right now to make sure I have one for you. And nope, you get the screwy.
No, I don't.
So we're going to go ahead and shuffle it up and respin. I didn't see the G on my screen, so.
That's okay.
Hairdo. Okay. I need a hair. A Bugs Bunny one.
I need a haircut. That's what I need, not a hairdo. That was horrible.
Let's see here. Leaving that on there. Kevin's short is hairdo. Now let's go ahead and shuffle this up and spin for me. It's a shame. I just had my list of short films pulled up. Anna and Bella. That was almost close to being a Kevin pick.
I know, and I have a pick for you, so still not going to use it.
Anna and Bella from 1984. Ooh, this actually looks like it's got some pretty good reviews, so I am all here for it.
Nice.
Alrighty, and let's go ahead and save this. I'm actually going to close that, sort it, and then we're going to put Kevin's initial on there. And then we'll save the list and go to the wheel of movies.
We get to the big wheel. Shorts is the small wheel that you see.
And Kevin, here we go.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I don't think
you're ready.
I think I am.
I don't think you're ready.
I think I am.
And you have Ginger Snaps.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Very cool.
Actually, I'm trying to remember if I hear why this movie. Oh, the 2000 film. It is on Tubi.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a werewolf?
It's a horror werewolf movie. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It looks very late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
So,
mm-hmm.
There you go. All righty. Shuffling it up and spin. Just going to grab it and spin.
Yeah.
Oh. They Live.
Oh, such a good one.
I'm trying to remember if I had watched They Live.
I think you have. And I think you liked it. Oh, you have it.
Yeah. So They Live. It's going to be my movie this week.
Oh, so
with
good.
Roddy Piper.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So let's go ahead and back this up here. We actually took it almost to a full hour, which is great.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So Kevin's stuff this week is going to be watching the short film Hairdo, followed by the werewolf horror movie Ginger Snaps. I will be watching the short film Anna and Bella, and we'll be watching the cult classic horror sci-fi movie They Live, which it's been a very long time since I've seen it, so I'm very excited to watch it again. But that is going to be it for the show this week. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Also, thank you for the recent flux in subscribers on the channel. We just hit 184, which is a new high for us. So hopefully this continues going. And now that I'm out of school, I have more time to put into videos and kind of essays. Hopefully I can get more of that going. So, but thank you, everyone, for checking us out this week. Of course, we have our new episode of Movie Club, which comes up on Friday, and very exciting because we are continuing our Movie Club theme of matriarchy as well. And we'll be checking out the Japanese documentary Black Box Diaries, which I don't want to say what it's about because it might be triggering for some people. But very excited to talk about that on Friday, so make sure you're subscribed. And of course, this show goes live every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But that's it. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I'm going to go continue to celebrate not having to do homework. And we will see you all next week. But until then, make sure to keep those eyes on the screen. Have a good night, everyone.